First, you select a wife based on appearance and enjoy, until it dawns on you that your children will grow up on principles and not how they watch a film. Milestones cannot be used as the panacea for misusing one's family. Had individuals been able to erase what they made you suffer, you would be in lack of power which you earned. The midpoint of 5 is real math. If you wish to know an individual, discover who his 5 closest friends are. Your friends' troubles become your troubles. The fewer the people on your friends list, the fewer problems. The instant you begin to appreciate yourself, you will be amazed that one time you thought was okay. When you weep alone, and when you laugh, the people laugh together. Just because you are nostalgic about a person does not mean you need them in your life. Longing is but a phase in healing. The magic that you are looking for is outside the task that you want to shy away from. Being too trusting makes someone a victim of betrayal. Self-discovery leads to energy drain, depressive stress, and bald spots. Depressing thoughts bring about mental unwellness. It is absolutely necessary to say no. Revenge kills life itself. Viewing results in an enhancement of knowledge and wisdom. Forgiveness capacity is required as the second step towards healing. The reason why one should consider not caring is the fact that money is not an issue. It is okay. The world is not going to end because there is no fixed salary. Something otherworldly will occur. Each human being has 3 uniforms. The one we wear when we go out in public, the one that the family, spouse, or close friends notice, and the last one, which is all for ourselves. Keep in mind, you cannot do everything for everyone, so you don't have to take everything personally. Not everything is for you to fix. Focus on things that concern you. It will make you a lot happier. Lastly, learning to hear the word no is as valuable in raising and growing oneself up as is hearing the yes everyone craves. There is no answer, so you will waste a lot of hours looking for one. People opted to stay stagnant for a reason. The feelings that they have are the shackles that hold them in one position. Let others think whatever they want. You cannot keep on caring for everyone, especially for their love to be able to win. It is okay to have oppositions. You might feel as though you have been buried since you are in the dark, but what you fail to understand is that you have only been planted. The person who has the lowest emotional stake in the relationship seems to be the one in charge. Do not allow a friend to slow down your progress, for they might not be willing to reciprocate when needed. Society never respects one's expectations. Society only respects one's achievements. You sacrifice all your health with hopes for wealth, but then trade all your wealth to enjoy merely a day of excellent health. Never judge your self-worth in relation to others. Yes, there may be others who appear to have better in life, but in fact they have problems that you will never be aware of. Do not share your ideas or your thoughts with anyone. Keep everything in your head, as a friend today may become an enemy tomorrow. Invite criticism irrespective of how satisfactory or unsatisfactory it may be. You will always be judged. Hence, do not overdo things to please others. Rather, please yourself. The greatest tormentor is a man who is worried, as he deprives you of everything but gives nothing in exchange. Regret over loss, complaining, and crying is blocking your path to achievements. You are absolutely right about most of the things that you believe should be done by you. Do not delay, but get on with it. If it annoys you, modify it. If, however, it is no longer in your control, learn to accept it. Simply accept it. Transform yourself. That is the only thing which is in your control. When you wake up in the morning, recall that night when you vowed to yourself the first 20 years of your life you spent worrying about how other people view you. The following 20 years, you promise that their view of you doesn't concern you. In the next 20 years, you realize that they don't care about you. If you wish to possess something that you've never had before in your life, then you must go and do something you've never done before. When people are pleased, they will tell you nearly anything. This one, be careful and show wisdom. The world will not treat you any kinder because you are a decent individual. Seeking out members of the opposite sex whom you would merely get flings and use for sex doesn't make sense. What people say when they are angry is not what they mean. They say it in anger, but they take their time and regret. This anger can then be controlled by realizing the thrower of the anger. It is fine. They are just human beings. For every instance when people let you down, it will become easier to know that life keeps going and going. regardless. You can't expect to ruin, be nasty all around, and then ask why your life is dirty. Not everybody's meant to do your future. Some are just on the way to assist you with your issues. Tightly financially in the hole. Turn off the money spending switch or you won't have the opportunity again to make it back later. But that is life, right? Life will pay you back for good or remember evil, but we all know the truth and it's not thoughtful. And it's the uncertainty of it all that makes it interesting. We all have the mentality of doing bad things but hoping for good outcomes. Life will never stop challenging us into messing up, and that is what egos aim for. We all wear a little of it off our shoulders somewhere. It's nothing to be ashamed of. There are times when we need it to rev us up in achieving what we desire. At the end of the day, even if you believe you're the best at something, guess what? Loads of people see things your way and are more skilled than you at nearly everything. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Friends don't betray one another. Enemies do. Crossing the finish line will always be the battle, never the starting line, because that is the effortless part. Fuel content at ignition is deadly, and waiting pays dividends, all for the good of tomorrow. There is loveliness in losing and in commerce. Every hour wasted in regret is an hour wasted in sacrificing tomorrow's work. Tomorrow's work should never be expedited today, and if that is so, that's your principle. It's not possible to have good days every day. However, it's possible to approach a bad day with a positive attitude. Don't compare yourself to others, as nobody else can do your part better than you. There's no shame in any work. The only shame is when your ego grows bigger than you. You don't need to waste your time complaining about the job itself, because your silence will do you more good and enable you to display your talent in the job that has been allocated to you. Life is all sacrifice, and so is a career. You can't have everything at the same time. At some point, most of us end up compromising in some aspect of our life. It is hard to accept who you are, particularly when you have spent the majority of your life trying to escape it. But accepting your reality is just as liberating. Your truth is far more out there than you think. Both individuals you have confided in are speaking it to others. The biggest realization that genuine development can have is that you are not the voice within you, but the listener in relation to the voice. Everyone only wants the good news, not the bad news. So it will be hard to find someone to talk to regarding your difficulties. The emotional walls you put up to prevent things from coming through are simultaneously preventing you from ever stepping out. These are the moments that are assumed, moments in which a person understands they are saying goodbye to someone for the final time and the significance of that moment. Because I promise you, ultimately, every single moment will become a beautiful battle. Show me a person who has no problem getting over things easily, and I will show you a person whose expectations are not high. The higher your expectations go, the more chances there are to get hurt. It is nothing wrong with regretting a word uttered, because silence is never something to rue. Don't live hostage to your own rage. Learn to let things go, even when it is the situation that you are right. Life is going around you. Winning is not when your knees touch the ground. Winning is when you possess the willpower to stand up again and fight back. Rather, think about the fact that letting go is really awful, but after you have let go of that, you will know you have made the best choice. If you speak, you best do it, particularly when you can't. Do not let people get the better of you. Know your liberties and discover how to say no. You cannot say no too frequently without really believing it. Do it. It is amazing, yet true, that people are less readily brought down by being offended. You will never know what it is to mean something to a woman, so do not encourage her if you do not want to be put into the feat of giving her love when doing so. And tell for the heart double when having a conversation with people. Don't be afraid to hold someone's gaze and how you position your head and neck, because this will make you feel better about yourself when you're among people. Find that which you value most dearly, a haven that would motivate and encourage you to continue pushing forward whenever you are confronted with difficult situations. And when the fog of depression persists, you have to have an escape. All is easy, much easier than you would ever imagine. Always remember, it is your mind that sometimes tips you every now and then. Stop speaking. The most valuable thing you have is your time, and guess what? You can't buy or regain the time which you waste. You shouldn't hate your past to enjoy the present and the future. Be ruthlessly persistent in your pursuit, but soft in your outcomes. Those individuals within a marriage with low self-esteem will never be satisfied. When we speak this way, there is no room for confusion. Solitude and loneliness are not equivalent terms. A single moment may form a million muddled thoughts. Overthinking gets in the way of your reality and makes you worried about issues that don't make sense, and then makes the moment unbearably overwhelming. Humans are largely useless. Life lessons exist until they no longer fit into a loop. Don't share too much of your life. All trouble is typically solved by gut feel, which is pretty accurate. Sometimes pretending to be in good terms with those whom you dislike does not earn you any bonus. What is the purpose of complaining? Why do people think life is fair? Rather, with a theme focused on resilience, I can say that life is not a bed of roses. Bear with it. You do not have to be a pro to kick things off. All you have to do to be a pro is make that first step. The Ethiopian proverb says, "When poverty comes in at one door, love and peace fly out at the window." Human beings only get disappointed in the long run. Always give what you want people to say. It is your concern, not theirs. You blame someone else for telling you what to do. When you marry yourself, by all means, do not think you will have all the time in the world with family and friends because they might not always be around. Always ensure your actions define you and vice versa. If only I could tell you all about life throwing things at you. Cold water, salt, lemon, and pepper. And the catch is, whether those ingredients are compatible or not, get your act together and stop complaining about how difficult life is for you. Rather, leave a mark on the world, and from that moment on, life will be what you want and expect it to be. To attempt is to fail, a great person once said. Yet it is time you inquire where the regret takes you, which is nowhere. One should not have hopes because they will only create expectations, which will, in turn, make you weak. There are those who never believe that they are wrong. Don't waste your time with such individuals. It's good to be passionate, but that does not answer all your problems. Passion is good in undertakings in life, but it's not always a rose garden. You are not special. There's always someone as good, having fun, and capable as you are. Sometimes it's appropriate to let idiocy be. Do not read a quote and recite that it is wisdom, but read and say, how does it relate to my life?